And hello. Happy, beautiful, and blessed Mars Day. Let's see what the vibe is for today. It's a gloomy day today. It's in the 60s. Last week was like literally 100. What the hell? The 10 of Pentacles, reverse. 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. So with the 10 of Pentacles being in reverse, that gives me the energy of kind of just like a shaken up kind of foundation. For me, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, the planet that comes to my mind with the 10 of Pentacles is Saturn. Saturn is a very prominent planet and energy as of just like lately and whatnot here, but I say that the 10 of Pentacles reminds me of Saturn because Saturn, one of the main things that Saturn focuses on is like longevity, like the long run. It focuses on time, discipline. What's another word that Saturn reminds me of? It's the energy of like through one's persistence, what one accumulates during that time and whatnot here, right? Saturn focuses on one of the energies, as I was saying yesterday, Saturn is the energy of just like, you know, it can feel, and Saturn's energy, take a shot every time I say Saturn, but Saturn's energy can feel very heavy, you know what I mean? It can be very pessimistic, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's quite like literally like this energy, this 8 of Wands here being universe is kind of just like a block. It's like not right now. Like it kind of brings a lot of obstacles and whatnot here. You know what I mean? But the beautiful thing is though, when it comes to obstacles, we can learn from an obstacle. You know, when we're met with some kind of resistance here, we can like allow that to kind of fuel us and to kind of build resilience for and whatnot here. You know what I mean? Saturn's energy feels like it feels like developing one's character. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, think of just like sculpting like a statue or whatever. That's what it feels like. That's what Saturn's energy feels like here. So going back to this 10 of Pentacles, and as I was saying, like focusing on like longevity or just long-term goals or in the long run here, this is in reverse, as I said, which can just like indicate some sense of disruption and whatnot here, right? And then perhaps whatever this sense of disruption is might have put one in this kind of energy, this 5 of Pentacles energy, which focuses on feeling as though it's a lack of support, a lack of shelter, quite like literally feeling like left out in the cold. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Perhaps financial hardships or setbacks and whatnot here, right? And then, yeah, like I said, we have this 8 of Wands, so that just seems like a pause, a halt. Where are we going with this? The Empress in reverse. And then I also saw the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Cups here. I feel to say with the Empress here in reverse, what one was curating, creating, visualizing, striving towards, was it like in true alignment with who you are as a person to your core? if that makes sense. Because with that Ten of Wands there in reverse, it's a very burdened kind of energy. It's kind of just like putting like it's like literally like putting rocks in your backpack or in your suitcase. It's kind of carrying like too much luggage, too much baggage, whichever way that may be here. And we have that's 2 10s, right? And what I feel to say with that as well too, perhaps that like whatever was, you know, fueling to this like end goal here and whatnot, perhaps is what might have just been causing that sense of stagnation, shall I say, if that makes sense. And then yeah, with this Eight of Cups here, it's like having to like walk away from something. Anyway, I do want to like elaborate on this Empress being in reverse. Why is she in reverse? The Two of Wands, which is a very confident kind of energy. It's going to the beat of your own drum, embarking on a new journey, planning, visualizing. I kind of just, yeah, that's like the main thing here is, you know, that's the beautiful thing of sometimes when we're met with obstacles or just setbacks and everything. It allows us, you know, the time, like I said, to build resilience, but also it allows us the time to do some introspection here and to kind of shed some things that aren't really true or genuine to us or just don't like serve us like in the long run and whatnot here. Sometimes we need these obstacles and these setbacks to just really create an actual genuine stable foundation, because whatever sometimes that is that we might be using to motivate us or fuel us is actually coming from just like a very, I was gonna say like a very unstable or just like weak place and whatnot here. You know what I mean? And these pauses allow us the time to peel away what isn't actually ours. We're back at this Ten of Wands, girl. Why do we have the Ten of Wands? What's this Ten of Wands about? And that's what I'm saying, like something like just a pause or obstacle, whatever needed to happen to really drop said stones or just whatever. Yeah, the Death card to like really like release something and whatnot here. What is it? The Star. And the Star, you know, that focuses on, it's a very optimistic kind of energy. It focuses on, you know, purpose, wish fulfillment. It's a very healing kind of energy as well too. The Emperor now in reverse. And I split here at the Four of Swords, having to like lay something to rest here. With the Emperor there being in reverse, it kind of just feels like a very, really wanting to control something. control. It's kind of, yeah, like with the Emperor, it's kind of just like really wanting to have control over how something is like panning out, or just kind of just like a stifling kind of energy where it kind of gets in the way of kind of just like allowing things to kind of flow in, or something of this nature. I'm always like, I'm just gonna pull 3 cards, and it's never just 3 cards. The Hierophant. So I think that more or less here, the main thing here with the reason for these setbacks and everything of this nature, it's like the main thing here, what's coming through is just like something just needed to be unlearned, or to just be released, because the Hierophant, that focuses, you know, on tradition, it focuses on family, it focuses on like getting wisdom and guidance as well too. But I think that there's just something that just needed to be unlearned, if that like makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense, or whatever. Something needed to be unlearned, so like one can perhaps just go within and actually listen to their own inner wisdom, and to, yeah, their own like inner wisdom, their own internal guidance, rather than externally, or just things that one might have picked up, or just kind of, you know, I hope this like makes sense. Five of Wands. I keep getting that Five of Wands, the Magician, and the Strength card. Five of Wands focuses like on a lot of conflict. But this feels like more so, well, of course external, but also internal. Life is a mirror, or whatever. But you see with that Strength card, which is also focuses on resilience, you know, life is happening to us and not for us. And as I've said like already how many times, but when we're met with resistance, with conflict, obstacles, it's showing us something, it's reflecting something to us, it's teaching us something. Teaching, the Hierophant there. And it's up to you how you utilize that experience and that lesson and whatnot here. How do I want to end it off with the 10 of, what I want to, because I was on about Saturn, how do I want to, Four of Swords with the Nine of Swords in reverse underneath, and the Ace of Swords, a lot of swords. As I said, I just feel as though something just needed to be kind of illuminated to whomever. Something needed to be illuminated so that it couldn't be let go, or like or just put to rest. The Ace of Swords that focuses on clarity, on truth. The Nine of Swords, you know, that focuses on the things that keep us up at night, the things that you know, feed our anxiety, our worries, that stress us, you know. The Tower. Another beautiful 10. We have 3 10s. 10s focuses on cycles as well too. You know what I mean? And completions and whatnot here. The 8 of Pentacles. So I guess like all I'll say here really is, sometimes with this Tower card, sometimes we need like a little shake up. We need kind of our foundation quite like literally ruptured, not ruptured, I don't know, that's not the word I want to use, but shaken up or whatever, to like kind of like a wake-up call. like in a, you know, like to really kind of snap us out of something here. You know what I mean? And yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's there's just an energy of just kind of still being persistent and following through with what you're wanting, what you're envisioning, and what you're striving towards and whatnot here. The goal or the these things don't happen because to stop you completely. But like I said, it's kind of sometimes these things happen to illuminate something to us so that we can like release things like on the way. You can't be on a journey of accumulating things, you know, whatever it is, while still carrying like a lot of baggage from just like whenever. You know what I mean? You need to create the space for what you're wanting and whatnot, shall I say. But these things as well too, also it builds the resilience and the strength. Masteries is a theme here with this Eight of Pentacles and the Strength card. So yeah.